Ooh, all that? Yeah. Hold on. Let me get myself together. Yeah. There it is. Yeah. Up off that. What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz. Don't. All right, man. Look at who we have here. Who do we have here right now? Where are all my people at? We got Young King. What's going on with you? Boom Boom. What's going on with you? Aljo. Oops. All right, man. Look. First, I want to say this. Thanks to all of you guys for your patience. Okay. I had to take care of some serious business. I'm talking about the type of business where there would be no biz if I don't take care of what it is. Hit the Tyson bell. So in order for there to be a ShowBizz adult, I had to take care of this business. I took care of that, and now we're ready for episode 2 of our podcast. What's going on, my people? We have a lot to discuss. Hold on. Let me get my ShowBizz to water. Room temperature. We have so much to discuss. We have a lot to talk about. It's not really a lot of subjects, but it will cause some uproar. Okay, of course, we got to get our 200 people in here. We're only a minute and 30 seconds in, so let's get our people in here. King Raul, what's going on with you? Eric Johnson, the second, what's going on with you? All my guys, Henry Levin, what's going on with you? I get a swig of my canteen, and that's the ShowBizz water, room temperature. Yeah, I had some business to take care of. If you guys don't know, this is a great weekend. I will be taking Ms. Biz out. So I will not be going live for the fights this weekend, and I'm going to miss some good ones. Strada Chocolatito, is that this weekend? David Benavidez versus Ronald Ellis. Who is that? I think that's this weekend too. So I'm going to be missing some good ones this weekend. I will not be going live for my live stream commentary this weekend. Gotta take care of the misses. I think there's some. Oh, Brian Norman Jr. Beating what's my man? Not Forrest Whitaker. What's his name? Robert Whitaker. Beating Whitaker. Okay, give him Tyson Bell. Brian Norman Jr. looked good. He looked good. Okay, he was steady, but when he went for the kill, he went for the kill. Okay, so Brian Norman Jr. Being victorious. Shout out to you, brother. Really making a splash, making short work of Whitaker, doing your thing like we all expect you to. After we hearing you controlling Gervonta Tank Davis. Okay, went out and made short work of Whitaker like you should have. And went towards him viciously. And I can't help when I look at Brian for the community. Go ahead, DP. When I look at Brian Norman Jr., I can't help honestly, instinctively, but to think about Errol, the true Spence. I remember when I fought Errol Spence, just his way, how he stood, southpaw, just his stance, his whole little thing. He just really reminds me of Errol Spence a lot. Okay. Even, just going for the kill the way he did reminds me of him. Logo is not clear. Get some dark colors, Biz. What's not clear? What logo? People always telling me what to do, as if you got like a crazy successful podcast going on. Hey, Biz, do this and that, because I know. But what should I do? What you tell me? What logo's not looking clear? Look, get dark. What? Because if I get things any darker, you won't be able to see me. So I got to brighten things up so you can see me. So what? You want to see my logo or not me? Like what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Now, let's talk about our agenda today. Yeah, T. Let's talk about our agenda today. So we got a few things going on in this show. Do you, Biz? Thank you so much. This is our Usyk versus Joyce. There's a little dilemma going on with their negotiations. Okay, so they're trying to figure out the split. So we're going to talk about that with the WBO. We're going to talk about splits a lot today. Okay, we got 130 people in here, almost 200 people. Everybody, make sure you hit the like button. Hit the like button. Get our 200 people in here. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about splits a lot. Splits like Errol the True Spence saying that now it's 80-20. Since Terrence Crawford wanted to talk like a badass and Terrence Crawford think he's hot stuff, now it's 80-20. I'm not feeling that. Hit the Tyson Bell. I'm going to tell you right now, okay? ShowBizz the adult, and I'm gonna hear from you guys. I'm not feeling that 80-20 talk. I'm not. We'll talk about that. We got to get in our bag about that. Okay. Also, what else we got? Regis Prograis versus Red Catch, April 17th. The undercard for that Jake Paul Ben Askren fight. So Regis Prograis will be taking on Red Catch. You can't help but to think of a wink there because you saw Gervonta Tank Davis handle Red Catch in their sparring. Now Regis Prograis going to fight. Regis Prograis want to take on Tank Davis. They had that back and forth, that Twitter beef. You know, you kind of see the triangle effect going on there. Who looks better against Red Catch? Okay, you did it in a sparring. I do it in a real fight. We'll see if Regis Prograis gets past Red Catch. He's a tough cookie. Now, also in that undercard, you're going to have Frank Mir versus Antonio Tarver. Hit the Tyson Bale. I'm very interested in that. Frank Mir, you know him. I mean, that dude is an all-timer fighting the likes of, how old is Frank Mir? 48? How old is Frank Mir? 40? How old is he? 41? Yeah, he's not 48. 41. How old is he? My age? Frank Mir fighting the likes of I remember him fighting Overeem, Roy Nelson, Mark Hunt, you know, all those boys. So we're going to talk about that. Also, I'm hearing that Tyson the Gypsy King Fury is saying Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. Now it's a possibility. We're like, hey, hold on. What happened with the stuff that he said about you? Okay. Tyson Gypsy King Fury said, hey, man, that's a possibility. Well, what he said about me, sticks and stones, break your bones, whatever. I'm like, wait a second. Hold on. Hold on. He's 41. Yeah, Tarver's 51. I'm like, hold on. Hold on. I know you Wilder fans is going to have a lot of stuff to say about that. Let's give the Wilder fans their shine for hanging in there for so long. Saying, hey, there ain't going to be no Fury Joshua. We still talking about that Wilder 3. So let's give the Deontay Wilder fans their love for hanging in there so long. Because Tyson Fury, like, all of a sudden, yeah, sticks and stones may break your bones. We may go ahead and get that fight in. Hold on. We got a lot to talk about there. It's back on the goon juice. Sounds, anywho. And we're going to talk some UFC at the very end. I got a lot of flack for saying Aljamain Sterling, he faked being as hurt as he was. I think he was hurt, but I think he put on a bit of an acting job for the rest of that against Peter Yan. I think it was a right DQ that Peter Yan won the fight. I mean, Peter Yan lost the fight due to the DQ to Aljamain Sterling. I do agree to that. And I think he was trying to roll around and make it a little bit, play to it a little bit more. I got some flack for that. He did pass the concussion protocol so quickly. I thought concussion protocol, I thought that last over a course of a couple days or whatever. But I guess he passed, according to Dana White, he passed the concussion test. So why was he rolling around so much? Why was he blinking? Why he act like he couldn't see and all those things? So we'll talk about that at the very end. I know this is primarily a boxing channel. 200 people in here. Hit the Tyson Bell. If you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button. Don't forget, go to busr.com/showbiz. Place a bet on your favorite fights, like those that's going on this weekend, like the Estrada fight, Chocolatito, like David Benavidez against Ronald Ellis, and up and coming fights. We're talking about fights like, we also got to talk about Canelo Alvarez versus Caleb Plant. They're talking about that may be December instead of September. We got to talk about that too. So let's get the show on the roll. New Andy Ruiz would beat Wilder. Why it must be new Andy Ruiz and would beat I don't know, but yeah. Let's talk about Tyson Gypsy King Fury and Deontay Wilder. Let's talk about that first. What do you guys think about that? Tyson the Gypsy King Fury. Tyson the Gypsy King Fury. He went from that bum, Wilder, will never get the chance to fight me again. I guess that's what happens when you just react impulsively. You have Deontay Wilder saying egg-shaped form. You have Tyson Fury saying I'll never fight him again. Then you have the mediation. Then you have the arbitration. And you have the gag order. You don't know exactly what's going on in the mediation and the arbitration. You have reports and me reporting the fact that, hey, man, this arbitration is a financial thing. It's going to be a payout. And now you're hearing Tyson Fury saying sticks and stones may break your bones. Hey, look, I got to fight twice. Contractually with Top Rank, I have to fight twice this year. Hey, if it's AJ, it's AJ. But if it's Wilder, it's Wilder. And if it's not AJ, the next big thing is Wilder. Wait a minute. All of a sudden, you start hearing, hey, look, Wilder can happen before AJ. What's going on? And then you hear Tyson Fury saying there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes with that AJ fight that we just can't discuss. I don't know if that fight's really going to happen. Hold on. And then it's just like, wait, hold on. There's a lot of things going on behind the scenes. I can actually have the fight with Deontay Wilder. Hold on. What's going on? I want to hear what a lot of you guys has to say, specifically the Deontay Wilder fans. The fact that dude is still subject after being inactive for 2 years is a sign of how weak the division is. Well, what dude? You just heard my man bring up Andy Ruiz. How long has he been inactive? Don't just talk about Wilder being the poster boy of how weak the division is. Andy Ruiz was just brought up. Tyson Fury, his last fight last time I checked was Wilder. Okay, so Wilder last fight was Fury. Fury last fight was Wilder. All right, so it's not just how weak the division is, it's also COVID and what happened with the pandemic. You got to also account for that. So let's not just use Wilder as the tool, the poster boy for how weak the division is. You got guys talking about Andy Ruiz all the time. Okay, so what else we got? Wilder fans. Yeah, because the reason why I point out the Wilder fans is because they held down Wilder this whole time. So while I am rooting for undisputed lineal. If you guys want to know what I'm rooting for first and foremost, that's AJ versus Tyson Fury. But I always thought, as far as integrity, I thought Tyson Fury should have always fought Wilder a third time. How many times have I said that? Look, I don't need to see the fight, but integrity. Because Wilder brought Fury out of obscurity on his platform. He did. He provided a platform. Wilder versus Fury. So I thought you had the draw. You had the rematch. You dominated Wilder. But then to just exit, I thought that wasn't the best form. But at the same time, I thought egg-shaped form was evil to say. Especially, was wrong to say. Especially when Wilder went at Mark Breland the way he did. Okay, make the trilogy happen. Need closure. Hit the Tyson bell. Needs closure. Okay, what else we got? I don't know. I don't know if it, for me, it doesn't really need closure. I just think integrity. But closure, okay. I got Wilder KOing Fury. The fight must happen to finish the beef. Okay. Stop talking about dude. Why? Stop talking about who? Biz, what do you think about Robert Allen? My pops used to train him back in Atlanta. Oh, I don't think I know. I'm not familiar with Robert Allen. Let me see. If Fury is a cheater, why Wilder wants to fight him? Well, that's the thing. Okay, let's get off of that. Okay, because I know people can't help but to talk about the cheater thing. I did say egg-shaped form, and I thought that was bad form. Look, Wilder wants to fight him because Wilder's a gladiator. It was the fans that put Wilder up to the fans over and over again came up with the whole cheating thing. Wilder wasn't talking like that immediately after the fight. Wilder was talking about his weight, Mark Breland did some things, didn't have his back, his costume was too heavy. He wasn't talking about all the floppy gloves and all those things. He really wasn't. It was the fans saying it over and over again. He thought it was a smart move to get behind it. He really did. Wilder wants to fight him because Wilder wants to get back. I told people Wilder is the gladiator. The fans were, and then they made Wilder go, but that's not Wilder. Wilder isn't, he's not the Wilder I've watched all these years. I'm talking about all these years. Wilder isn't, he's not that. And when he lost, see, hold on, that's another thing. You don't know what a person is made of until they hit rock bottom. I get that. All right. So maybe I should walk that back. So this is the first time I've ever seen Wilder that low. So maybe it's his instincts. Either way, to me, he wasn't going until the fans went, hit the Tyson bell. And I thought some of that softness rubbed off on Wilder. All right. So Wilder, it's a good question. If you think a guy has always cheated, will always cheat, why would anybody want the third fight? They want Wilder to die. He almost killed him the other time because he had brass knuckles. Why would you want him to cheat? Why would you want him to cheat again a third time and put 4 dents in his head instead of 1? Instead of 1 big dent, why not 4 across his forehead? Hit the Tyson bell. I've thought about that myself. But that's just arguments towards those who believes in the cheating thing. Really, in real life, the real warriors, the real men out there, he wants to get back for his loss. Simple as that. Low. His chin was scraping off the canvas. Funny. I'd rather see undisputed. Talk about undefeated, underrated fighter. Biz, you think Fury beats Wilder as easy this time? And do you give Wilder any chance this time? Salute. Yeah, I do. I gave, okay, so look, Wilder will always have a chance as long as he's standing on 2 feet, right? He will always have a chance. I mean, unless he's getting beat to hell like he was in the corner. But I'm saying, as far as going into any fight of any fighter right now, Wilder has a chance. Okay. He's not, he didn't become a 10-time defending WBC champion because he had no chance. All right. With that said, I think the favorite would have to be Fury because he outboxed him the first time and outslugged him the second time. So, I mean, pick one. Pick a way to win the third time, right? Or a combination of the two. But with that said, that's not the deal. That's not the big deal. The big deal is Wilder getting off his back and getting in the ring again. Hit the Tyson bell. The big deal is Wilder getting off his back and getting in the ring again. That's really what it is. That's what it is to me. It never, look, you guys, I would say this again and again. Omelet form. Hey, bro, not omelet form, bro. I was going on a rant and that messed me up. Look, I would say this again and again. My thing with Wilder was get your ass in the ring. That was my thing with Wilder. Always been. Get in the ring against somebody. I don't do. Listen, y'all. I'm hungry now. Listen, y'all. I don't watch boxing. Just to let you guys know, okay? This is my job to analyze the boxing game, combat sports, all those things. But I don't watch boxing due to the talk, the excuses, the Twitter beef, the negotiations, the politics. I don't watch boxing to look at that shit. What you hear from me is always, can you get in the ring? And it's a selfish thing because I like the sport. I like the sport more than I like the conspiracies, the excuses, the chit chat, the bumping of the gums. I'm not a fan of that. I'm a fan of throwing hands. Always been. So for me, selfishly, I feel you, Wilder. You took an L. Get spar, adjust, get a new trainer, whatever you have to do. You don't like Mark Breland anymore? Fine. Whatever you have to do, adjust, get back in the ring, and knock his ass out. Hit the Tyson bell. That's all I've ever been on. Yes, let's go throw the hook with the best of them. King Kong beat on your chest, should have slept on you. Nice. What's next in the check? The drip dip down in the neck. My man got all my bars. Let's go. Thanks for the super chat. You feel what I'm saying? I wasn't into all of that. That's why when you guys saw me constantly debunking, hey man, boxing happened. Not your whole soap opera thing happened. Let's not make this keeping up with the Kardashians here. Let's not make this sport full of politics here and spend so much time on making this about politics. If you're not telling Wilder to get up and get back in the ring, brush your shoulders off, get back in the ring. If you're not doing that, I'm questioning you as a Wilder fan. Always have. Hit the Tyson bell. Because me, as a Wilder fan, that's how I supported him. Get your ass, and everybody, you are cool. Remember, baby, you want Wilder to fight and knock a guy out? You're cool. Like, dude, what are you? What are you? What are you? That's what I was on. Wilder, stop going, egg-shaped form. Stop being on that. That's what I was on. But now Tyson Fury is saying, I can have that fight with Wilder. Let me tell you what's going on with Fury. This is what I think is going on with Fury. He's sick. He's sick and tired. He's sick and tired of waiting around. He doesn't give a damn who it is. He has to fight twice, and he wants to see a date. Hit to Tyson Bell. That's what's going on. Facts are in the bank, my man. Your first loss always going to be tough. He'll bounce back 100. He's bored. Bars. Correct. Exactly. That's how you support 100%. Fury he's sick of it. He's as sick of it as he's more sick of it than we are. He want to throw them hands. So he's like, hey, I forget talking about AJ. Fury's like, until I sign a contract, I ain't hearing nothing. Y'all, Eddie Hearn saying this, Bob Arum saying that. Man, get the guy in the ring or not. Wilder, where are you? Egg-shaped form this. Where are you? That's what Fury's on. He can care. He's a fighter, bro. I bet you. Hey, here's a here's a little funny fact about Tyson Gypsy King Fury. You guys know when Victory has defeated you. You guys know when I do the Bane. You guys know Bane, right? From Batman. Oh yes. Remember Bane? Well, the way he speaks, he got that from Fury's family. The actor that played Bane. Did you know that he got that from like Fury's he was a bare knuckle champion, like his great grandfather or his great grand uncle or something like that? You got to stop saying egg-shaped form. Tom Hardy. Yeah. Did you know Tom Hardy got that from Fury's family? He got that from the Gormans. You know Nate Gorman? Like Nate Gorman's grandfather was a bare knuckle champion. And that's who Tom Hardy got that from. Yeah, go to BUSR. Thank you so much, BK. Go to BUSR.com/ShowBizz. Place a bet on your favorite fights. That's who he got it from. So I think that's what Fury's on. That's why Fury is like Deontay Wilder can get it. Okay. But on top of that, he did say there's stuff going on behind the scenes. I really want to know what those things are. But there's a gag order. Victory has defeated you. Hit the Tyson Bell. That's dope. Yeah, that's dope. I know there's a gag order. But what if there's something to their mediation? This to handling your business for the ShowBizz. My man K King. Thank you so much for the super chat. ShowBizz. Everybody seems to think Ruiz beats Wilder easy, but I don't see it. I think Wilder knocks out Ruiz because Ruiz takes a lot of shots. Yeah, he isn't like a Tyson. No, Ruiz is pretty stable target. Yeah, Wilder would catch. Yeah, I think Wilder would knock out Ruiz. Yeah, I think the only guys that can beat Wilder, in my opinion, are AJ or Fury. Or I can't even say both. Okay, I think Fury is better than Wilder, but I'm not sure if AJ can beat Wilder. The more I see AJ in the ring, the more I lean towards him, but I don't know that for sure. I really don't. I don't. Now, and I'm not saying that Wilder technique stinks. His technique sucks. Good athlete though. But I'm not saying that Wilder is so good with the right hand that he knocks out AJ with it. I'm just saying, that right hand is so devastating that AJ can be a little too cautious. That can cause openings. You never know. I'm just saying you never know. Okay, AJ can get in the ring and be too cautious and not really hurt Wilder. And Wilder just become aggressive. Who knows? That right hand, think about what AJ did with Ruiz that second fight. AJ was like, hey, look, I'm going to stay away from Ruiz, as if he had thunder in his hands, right? I'm going to stay away from him. He did the right thing. He outboxed him, and maybe he had just outboxed Wilder. Who knows? But I'm just saying, and he did the same thing when Joseph Parker was catching up to him. He just stayed outboxing him, right? He just stayed jabbing him and adjusted. So AJ can probably adjust. But I'm just saying, who knows? Who knows what happened? Who knows? But with that said, I really want to know. Maybe there's something to what all you Wilder fans were telling me in my comments. Wilder fans were telling me, hey, man, they're negotiating that third fight in that mediation, in that arbitration. Maybe there's something to that. What do you guys think? Because Tyson Fury literally said there's stuff going on behind the scenes. What does that mean? Explanation for the saying. What saying? Is Andy Ruiz the same from the two Andy Ruiz the same from the two losses? What two losses? The one loss with Joseph Parker and the what? The one I don't get it. What losses? I don't get it. I don't think I get it. Is he the same after the AJ loss? Otto Wallin is a dark horse. He's decent. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say Joyce may walk him down and knock him out. You know what I mean? Ruiz is going back for his belt if he gets the opportunity. Look, here's the thing. When Fury said that he has 2 fights, and Bob Arum said that he had 2 fights for the community, hit the Tyson Bell. A new member, baby. His name is Sugar Ray Duran Alvarez. That's the dopest name ever. When he said he had 2 fights, it could be AJ Fury 1 and 2, right? It could be AJ Fury 1 and 2. Why wouldn't he get the opportunity? ShowBizz, come on, man. Why wouldn't he get the opportunity? Because AJ would be fighting. So AJ and Fury got the belts. So AJ would be fighting Fury, and then AJ would possibly fight Fury again. If he fights Fury, he fights him again. So that takes you to 2022. Joyce and Usyk are fighting for WBO mandatory. So then Usyk is going to be fighting AJ. If AJ keeps the belt, he'll be fighting AJ. If Fury has the belts, he'll be fighting Fury, right? I mean, you're talking, and then Wilder's still in the picture. You're talking about Andy Ruiz not getting a chance until 2023. Until then, who knows what'll happen? So I'm just using common sense brain, right? It's not me dissing Andy Ruiz. It's just having common sense. A lot of Wilder haters in here. LOL. Y'all love to kick the man while he's down. Y'all finally got something to hate about after 40 knockouts. Well, Nick Kane, hold on, slow down. Nick Kane, don't go. You don't have to, bro. You don't have to. Look, listen. Super sticker, my man, Common Man. Thank you so much. You don't have to do that, Nick Kane. Listen. I saw the same thing happen to AJ. When AJ lost to Andy Ruiz, you had AJ fans really hurt. I remember AJ fans very hurt, either quiet or making a bunch of excuses or just snapping off and attacking Wilder, or just they were very hurt, bro, when he was down and out. And Wilder fans was kicking AJ. Hey, AJ couldn't beat Andy Ruiz, so you know he got knocked out by Andy Ruiz, so you know he can't take Bomb Squad. Wilder would have destroyed him. I'm happy they didn't fight. That's why he was running away. Y'all Wilder fans was kicking AJ while he was down. Kane, you can't sit there and then be like, oh, man, these motherfuckers kicking everybody up in here haters. You can't do that. Wilder fans were just doing that to AJ fans. So for them to be doing that to Wilder while he's down, that's the natural course of things. We're in a war room. Hit the Tyson Bell. We're in a war room. ShowBizz a better way of boxing television. 100%. So in the war room, you got to eat yours. Hit the Tyson Bell. In the war room, you got to eat yours, man. You got to sit back and take you a Wilder fan, sit there and lose with him. Period. Hold on. Let me get some of this room temperature. Now look. Now look. Let's move on from that. Let's talk about the next hot topic. That's really is something else. All right. Errol the True Spence said Errol the True Spence said that Terrence Crawford, he better take the 70-30, because if he doesn't take the 70-30 now, it'll go to 80-20. Biz won't forget my address anytime soon. Young King hit the Tyson bell. Errol Spence said to Terrence Bud Crawford, you better take the 70-30 now. Because it's about to go to 80-20 real soon. Look at Grant. So they're not fighting? I have a huge problem with that. Okay? I have a huge problem with that. I don't like the talk. I don't like that talk. This is my take on it. Even though he can be right. Errol Spence can be right. But that sucks. That's disgusting. Okay? It's disgusting. My thing is this. The reason why I think Errol Spence is talking like this. The reason why I think Spence is running. No, I don't think Errol Spence is running. Okay? I think Errol Spence is talking like this because Terrence Bud Crawford is not going to get that Manny Pacquiao fight. With Terrence Crawford not getting that Manny Pacquiao fight, he has to fight Showtime Sean Porter, and they don't got the money for it. That's why I said they need to go to purse bid and hopefully Triller. Yeah. I know. Old news biz. I'm saying. And hopefully Triller should step up. Spence looked tipsy as well. He's running biz. Let me tell you something. I just never spoke on this, and I want to speak on it. My thing is this. Errol Spence, who does he have other than Terrence Bud Crawford? And I'm going to tell you who. Errol Spence has Ugas. Hit the Tyson bell. He has Ugas. Ugas is now the Super WBA champion. If he beats Ugas, he have 3 belts. That put him at, if he won't, hey, look, if he ain't A side, he'll be A+ side at that point. Okay? Not only does he have Ugas, let's keep this in mind. Errol the True Spence. Porter isn't just the mandatory for the WBO. He also the mandatory for the WBC, isn't he? He can leverage his interim title for the WBC. Hit the Tyson bell. It was up to Porter. Porter said, either I take on Errol Spence or I can take on Terrence Crawford. I want Terrence Crawford because y'all seen me against Errol Spence before. Y'all never seen me against Terrence Bud Crawford. I don't think they really care to fight each other. Okay? So, Errol Spence has Ugas. He has Showtime Sean Porter too. Virgil Ortiz. Virgil Ortiz is coming up in the conversation. He can fight Virgil Ortiz, who's taking on Maurice Hooker next. Boots, Lipinets, whatever's going on there. Spence turns your favorite fighter into a tune-up. Look, Errol Spence going to be asking for 105 -5 next. My thing is this. 80-20 is disgusting. It is. It's disgusting. Terrence Bud Crawford, 70-30 to me is going too far. Okay? I think that's now if he becomes, a 3-time champion, if he beats Ugas and holds them all, the Super WBA, the WBC, and the IBF, maybe 70-30 is a real thing. Okay? Manny Pacquiao ain't taking on Terrence Bud Crawford. He's taking on Mikey Garcia, which I've been getting a lot of comments, okay, where people are saying, why am I so hard on Manny Pacquiao? I want to ask you guys, do you guys think that I'm hard on Manny Pacquiao for not taking on Errol the True Spence or Terrence Bud Crawford? Have I been hard on Manny Pacquiao? Let me hear what you guys got to say. Saying, hey, he's a legend. He's an icon. He can do whatever he wants. Spence really doesn't have to fight Bud. Legacy-wise, he does. He can fight Thurman. He said he wasn't going to fight Thurman, though. Or move up and fight Canelo. That's not going to happen for a long time. Bud on some BS dude, resume, some trash at 47. Bunny Badass, you're all wrong. Hit the Tyson bell. Thanks for the super chat. Manny is overrated. Absolutely not. No, I'm not. I think as long as you're fighting, you're not above criticism. Not to say it's not hate on Manny, it's just criticism. You can never be, as long as you're fighting pro, you can never be above criticism. Let me tell you something. I criticized Floyd Mayweather as a retired fighter for talking about taking on the Pauls. Okay. Hit the Tyson bell. It was an exhibition. And I said, as long as you throw on the gloves, why don't you join the Legends Only League with Mike Tyson and fight some real ones? Right? So if I can do that to a retired fighter, if you're an active fighter, I will always have praise and criticism for you, and nobody's above it. Errol is boring, and Wilder is a backyard brawler. Let me tell you something about what Bunny Badass said when he said that Spence doesn't need Bud Crawford. He does. He absolutely does. He absolutely does. He needs Terrence Bud Crawford as much as anybody. He needs Terrence Bud Crawford as much as Sugar Ray Leonard needed Hearns. You can try to downplay it if you're an Errol Spence fan. You can try to. All you want. That weight is going to be weighing on his shoulders. That shadow, that cloud is going to be over his head forever. He can try it if you want. No, he does. He does. He does. Spence needs Terrence Bud Crawford. He does, bro. He does. Why? Because that's all we talking about. Errol Spence has really fought them all. Okay? He fought Kell Brook. Everybody but Keith one time. And nobody needs that fight. If you think Spence is boring, just go watch tennis. Yeah, Spence is never boring. He ain't close to boring. But that's people coming up with something in the war room. They're not acting like they're not thinking as boxing analysts. They're not thinking of fans as a sport. They're just being, let me just pick fun and talking game. That happens. That happens. Let me just, he's boring. His mama stinks. Like, just being soft. But anywho, Terrence Crawford ain't boring. Neither is Errol Spence. They both badasses who can hit hard and really box. Okay. And that's just the truth. If you're in love with Terrence Bud Crawford, or now, I don't know how you could be that much of a man fan or a man hater if you're living your own life. Hit the Tyson man. I really don't know. I really don't know how you can do that. But that's men today. That's the new man. And I'm like I said, I'm from a different demographic, and we don't roll like that. I don't understand that. But that's the new man now, and I have to deal with it. Anywho, so Errol Spence needs Terrence Crawford because that's all we're talking about. Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence, the 1 and 2 welterweights. If you don't think that the number 1 welterweight needs the number 2 welterweight, both of them undefeated, then you don't understand the sport of boxing. You don't understand legacy. You don't understand magnitude. Crawford fans need to eat if Spence is the man, right? Need to eat it. Oh, need to eat it. Spence is the man right now. Is the man right now. Spence is the man right now. How many of you guys feel that Spence is the man right now? Get busy. 80K. Share his channel. Make the community grow. Yeah, everybody. And everybody, hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed. Hit the like button. How many of you guys feel that Errol Spence is the man right now? Let me know. Me? Who's higher in the pound for pound list? What's the man to you? What's the man? Who's higher in the pound for pound list? Terrence Crawford or Errol Spence? Who's higher? Bud is. What do you got? What do you mean? He's the man in what? He's the man in what? He's the best welterweight in the world. Terrence Bud Crawford is ranked higher than him pound for pound, arguably the best fighter in the world. When it comes to fighting, they're about even, bro. When it comes to fighting, they're about even, bro. They're about even. Okay? When it comes to money, Errol Spence demands more. So what are you talking about? When you say he's the man right now, does money make the man? In this fight, when it comes to warriors and boxing, for you as fans, does money make the man? Demand makes the man. Money makes the man. Demand makes the man. Okay. How about this? Ryan Garcia is the man right now. Canelo Alvarez should never fight Jamal Charlo. Where is he? Jamal Charlo. Who? Where is he? David Benavidez. Canelo Alvarez should only be fighting other people. That's the man right now, right? We don't know what argument to have because we're not staying true as boxing fans. Hit the Tyson bell. Let's just keep it true. Let's stop talking about money. Let's stop talking about that. We all know the percentages. The A side is Errol Spence. Okay? The A side is Errol Spence. But when we talk about if Errol Spence needs Terrence Crawford, they need each other. They do. They need each other. They do. No matter how much you want a man fan, look, let me tell you this, a prime example, okay? You still hear people say that Sugar Ray Leonard ducked Aaron Pryor without knowing the facts that fight was happening and they were sparring. That fight was already made. They already agreed. And Sugar Ray Leonard got a detached retina like Abner Mares while he was sparring. So the fight didn't happen. People still say Sugar Ray Leonard ducked Aaron Pryor because of it. They never said Aaron Pryor ducked him. When Sugar Ray Leonard offered Aaron Pryor $170,000 the first time and Aaron Pryor turned it down. And then when they did fight, what did they fight for? What did Aaron Pryor accept? $170,000. He accepted it the second time, not the first time. Did Aaron Pryor duck him the first time when Sugar Ray Leonard gave that offer? Nobody talk about that. They just said Sugar Ray ducked Aaron Pryor. Why? Because we know Sugar Ray, and we don't know Aaron Pryor like that. So he must have been the dog that everybody feared. That's how people talk. Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, if that fight doesn't happen, Errol Spence going to be old. He's going to be in a walker, and people still going to say, man, you were a bad boy, but you never fought Terrence Bud Crawford. He needs that fight, bro. Spence fought better fighters than Crawford, not on the pound-for-pound list. And I don't care what anybody say. Sugar Ray Leonard, he fought better fighters than Aaron Pryor. But people still say Sugar Ray Leonard ducked Aaron Pryor. Facts or no? I think it's just promoters putting numbers in these guys' head. Imagine if Floyd would have accepted 80-20 split, even though he knew he was a better boxer. 80-20 is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Okay, Floyd took a lower split against Oscar De La Hoya, but he never took 80-20. Aaron Pryor ducked Duran, right, Biz? Duran. So that's what happened. If you guys want to know some boxing history, that's what happened. Sugar Ray Leonard offered Aaron Pryor $170,000. Aaron Pryor said he's worth a million. Sugar Ray Leonard said, no, you're not. You're $170,000 fighter. And then Aaron Pryor said, no, when I ain't taking no fight with you, I'm worth $1 million. So Sugar Ray Leonard said, deuces. He went on. But then Roberto Duran said, hey, let's scrap. Aaron Pryor was like, word? He said $750,000. He said $750,000. Let's scrap. Aaron Pryor said, no. Hey, Sugar Ray Leonard, let's talk about that $750,000. My man's right. He ducked Duran. 100,000 subscribers, and they will make the offer. They are waiting. Keep your way. Well, everybody hit the subscribe button so we can get there. They're waiting on me. Facts. Justin Biz, come on. Bring up a resume at 147. Well, here's the thing. In the bank. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. When it comes to resume, yes, Terrence Bud Crawford has a weaker resume than Errol Spence, 100%, which is why I think Errol Spence would beat Terrence Crawford, because he's had guys to take him into deeper waters than Terrence Crawford. He had guys that questioned him, that challenged that more than Terrence Crawford had. Terrence Crawford is a middleweight right now. When everybody was talking about Errol the True Spence was a weight bully, Terrence Crawford was fighting that lightweight. That guy's a middleweight right now. Let's keep it a buck. He was way bigger than those guys. His best win, he was way bigger than those guys. He's a middleweight right now. He's bigger than Boo Boo Andrade right now. I always said that. Why everybody, Errol Spence a weight bully. Man, Terrence Crawford fans, Errol Spence a weight bully. Man, Terrence Crawford, bro. What are you talking about? So he never had a threat like that. No. So Errol Spence needs Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford needs Errol Spence. They need that fight to happen, bro. No matter what you can say to try to knock Errol Spence. Oh, he's boring. Oh, he's an alcoholic. Terrence Crawford needs him. No matter what, Terrence Crawford ain't fight nobody. Man, Errol Spence needs him. No matter what you say. Hit to Tyson Bale. Straight facts. No matter what you say. No matter what you say. If Wilder is still standing around and AJ comes out of that smoke with Tyson Fury, if AJ doesn't fight Wilder, something's wrong. Now, because Fury and Wilder fought, whatever you want to say about egg-shaped form, floppy gloves, those soldiers fought each other. If the smoke clears and AJ is on top, if he doesn't fight Wilder, something's wrong, bro. People will always wonder, why didn't AJ and Wilder fight? Biz, I'm old school. The number of belts in your division is what makes you the man. EJ has 2 belts and might get his third with Ugas. Right, he's the man at welterweight. But how many times has Errol Spence been undisputed? You said you were old school about belts. Who's had more belts? Who's held more belts? Terrence Crawford or Errol Spence? Yes, I agree. Errol Spence is a man at welterweight. I said pound for pound. So I said they were equal. You said you were about belts. Who's held more? Biz. It wasn't just Wilder fans kicking AJ when he was down. Deontay Wilder himself kicked AJ the day he lost. AJ hasn't mentioned Wilder one time yet. Hit to Tyson Bale for both you guys. Thanks for the super chats. Let me tell you something. AJ did mention Wilder immediately after the fight. He mentioned Wilder like I did the reaction. He mentioned Wilder like a month or so after the fight. AJ said, yeah, I would have beaten Wilder the same way. I always knew how to beat Wilder. Go back to my archives. I got the video. AJ mentioned Wilder. He just did it in a passive aggressive way. He said, man, I didn't want to talk about it, but since y'all telling me, man, you know, Wilder wasn't that tough. I was going to beat Wilder the same way. Dude, this is the war room, bro. I mean, the fight game is full of warriors. They kick while the other person, they get busy, bro. They get busy. We've all gotten busy while the other guy's down. It is what it is. Wilder versus Fury, July in Vegas, all but confirmed, mate. Yeah, I've been hearing people like you, like random people say a lot of stuff is all but confirmed. I heard that Manny Pacquiao and Crawford was all but confirmed. I heard that. What Tyson Fury did say, though, is that he's not fighting in the UK. That Tyson Fury said that he'll be finishing his career in the US. We got to see what that all means. What that means. Why would he refuse to fight in the UK? Did he refuse to fight in the UK, or he can't fight in the UK? I need my UK show business partners to let me know this too, because a lot of stuff kind of came out. Like when Fury said that he's not going to finish his career in the UK, he's going to finish it in the US. Is that a choice, or did they make him do it? The next voice of boxing and YouTube TV, my man. I'm just asking. Thanks, Hilo. I'm just asking you guys from the UK. I don't know. So my UK fans, show business partners out there in this community, Tyson Gypsy King Fury saying that he's not going to fight in the UK, he's going to finish his career in the US. Is that a choice, or he can't fight in the UK? Judges are shady. He can't fight in the UK. What BK say? Not heard anything. He said he hasn't heard anything. Maybe because of money. Much love, Heath. Not heard anything. They haven't heard anything. Okay, so let's just keep it open. 60-40 to Arrow. No UK license. Yeah, I've heard that before. We know that he doesn't have a boxing license. That's what I heard. I mean, that's what happened like over a year ago. But I didn't know if it was still suspended or not. Wilder versus Fury next because of the PEDs. Because in America, he won't get tested for dope. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. I think the money is not in the UK. AJ, no, AJ got rich in the UK. I think the money's in the UK. My guess is he wants to fight in the USA because money is here. But to diss his home, I don't know about that. Because remember when he signed with Top Rank, he said he wanted to fight at home. Why all of a sudden he doesn't want to fight at home anymore? They said the drugs. He can fight in the UK, but needs to apply for the license. It lapsed. Yeah, it did lapse. That's what I'm saying. I know, because I know they said that they were going to take his license, but then nothing transpired, so it just lapsed. I need to find out what in this community. I need to find out what happened there. Like really get to the bottom of that, because I know they said they were going to take it, and then he was going to have to reapply for it or something like that, but he just didn't. But my question is, why not go back to the UK, reapply for it, and fight there? That's home. I'm putting the pressure on. Vegas don't test. You're insane, Jesse. You're insane. You're insane. As long as Tyson Fury is the WBC champion, he gets tested by BADA. Did you know that? That's just if you're fighting for the boy, you okay, just you don't know boxing. All right, listen. The drug program, the WBC enlisted in, if you're a WBC champion, you must be tested. VADA testing, random testing. The UK tax is 70%. That's probably why. Victory has defeated you. You're right. It was a 67-33 split. Just want to put the exact number out there for fact. Oh, okay. Thank you. AJ mentioned Wilder. Oops. I'll check your archive. Oh, yeah. He mentioned Wilder. Oh, yes. But he did say things in the background. Yeah. I'm very confused. Can you give me a shout out? Alexis Tech, not the real Alexis Texas, but I'll just say it. But yeah, Alexis Texas, shout out. He tripping. Okay, so let's talk about this. We're almost at we talked about this almost too long. So let's talk about the next things. Regardless of how long it takes. I got a little time today. So Usyk versus Joyce. What do you guys think about that? So the promoters of Alexander Usyk said, look, they don't understand. They haven't been given the WBO split, right? And they said it should be 93% to 7% in Usyk's favor. 93-7. Joyce just knocked out Dubois with a jab. What's good, ShowBizz? Much love to you. Joyce just knocked out Dubois with a jab. He gets 7%. Biz, you're right. Bud has had more belts with his career, but as of now, EJ is the man in the 147 division. Yes, but I agree. Bud is pound for pound rank high. Yeah. That's manhood, Philly. We there, Philly. Yeah, I see your point. You see mine. We got it. Hit the Tyson bell. Lopez has his hands full with Kambosos. Yeah, he does has his hands full with Kambosos. But he's gonna he can try to make a real splash out of it and get hurt by Kambosos. He can. But I think Teofimo is too slick. I think Teofimo beats him, but Kambosos he ain't going anywhere quick. I mean, that he's nasty fighter, gritty fighter, good fighter. Okay, I think he lost his last fight. I think he lost Lee. I think he beat him. But anywho, Joe Joyce scary fighter. Yeah. So my thing is this: the max split for the WBO is 80-20. Okay. So it would never be 93-7. It would be 80-20 at the highest. And they're saying that is due to their last couple fights, the percentages, how much money they made. Usyk is the A side by that much. So that's what's going on with the negotiations there. I just want to keep you guys posted on that. What do you guys think about Regis Prograis versus Red Catch? We're going to start rapid firing all the way to UFC now. What do you guys think about Regis Prograis versus Red Catch? I think that was a direct shout out to Gervonta Tank Davis to make that fight. Red Catch is saying he's going to beat Regis Prograis. It's April 17th on Trilogy, by the way. It's the undercard for the Ben Askren fight with Jake Paul. What do you guys think about that? Well, hold on. When someone said Joe Joyce is going to win, don't forget Usyk beat Joe Joyce in amateurs, right? But we'll see what's going on now. More talk on Joyce and Usyk. Come on. Okay, we'll talk. Well, Regis has the best jab in the sport. You think so? Well, okay. When it comes to Joe Joyce against Usyk, I'm trying to get through all the topics, but let's talk about it. When it comes to Usyk versus Joe Joyce, Usyk beat Joe Joyce in the amateurs. Okay, Usyk is an all-around better fighter, skillfully than Joe Joyce is. My thing is, I don't like the way Usyk has performed as a heavyweight. I don't. I think Usyk could have knocked out Chisora, but he was so cautious. Whatever he felt from Chisora, he could have knocked him out. Chisora was out on his feet from exhaustion. He could have blew, I almost said blew on him, but that would be pause. He could have shot three jabs in a row. He could have shot 3 jabs in a row on Chisora and dropped him. Okay, I don't like the way Usyk has performed as a heavyweight. I really don't. When I first saw him against Witherspoon, Chaz Withers, when I first saw him, I was like, okay, that wasn't the best Usyk, but he's getting accustomed to the weight. Then I see him against Derek Chisora, and I'm like, bro, now the way Joe Joyce is looking, don't forget this isn't amateurs. All right. So the point system is different with amateurs. Joe Joyce, I don't know, man. That's a good fight, man. I was very, very high on Usyk. I am very high on Usyk as a fighter. But as a heavyweight, feeling strange. I'm feeling strange. I think I don't know, man. I don't know. And the thing is, Joe Joyce was able to walk down, jab, and beat Dubois. Dubois isn't the fastest puncher in the world. He's not the fastest mover in the world. Usyk is faster. So Usyk is going to be getting off on Joe Joyce more than Dubois was. With that said, though, I'm not sure if Usyk packed the power to discourage Joe Joyce, and Joe Joyce got more gas in the tank than Chisora, and he's not going to be winging wide shots on Usyk. The shortest punch in the world is the jab. So this is a tough fight. Usyk got really bad cardio in heavyweight. He was in his bike again. Yeah, he was on his bike. Joyce is heavy-handed. Yeah, to say the least. The stiff jab. Facts, Big John. ShowBizz, what do you think about Hamzat's retirement a few weeks ago? He just got booted off the ranks. I don't know if I know he said that. I'm hearing that it was an emotional retirement. We have to see for sure. He may be right back, because I'm hearing Henry Cejudo, Triple C, my man, shout out to you. It looks like he could be coming back. I see all the junk that he's talking on social media. So these guys, it's hard to keep him away from the game. I think Hamzat, with the COVID and the way his lungs are operating, he's just like, look, I can't do this. anymore. You know, I think it's an emotional thing, but we'll see as he progresses. Maybe his lungs get better. Maybe his lungs can do more. Maybe he'll feel stronger with training. Because look, Hamzat Shamayev, you can tell he loves to fight more than anything in the world. He's not happy unless he's fighting. So we'll see. Don't forget, Biz, Styles make fights. If Joyce fought like Chisora, he'd gas out in 5 rounds. That's what I said. Usyk specialty is adapting mid-fight. He can be great. Yeah, Ronald, Big Don. All those things I'm actually saying. I'm not saying Joe Joyce is going to win or he should win. I'm saying it's a fantastic fight because of the things you're saying. Usyk can adapt. Joe Joyce got a chin from hell. Joe Joyce, his jab is amazing. You know, they both know each other. You know, it'll be a fantastic fight. Let me see what else I gotta say. In a bank, hit the Tyson Bell. So let's jump to UFC because now we at the hour. What else we got? Let's jump to UFC. Okay, Aljamain Sterling's concussion. Okay. I did a video. Okay. ShowBizz chin is questionable. Yep. And I'm a boxing analyst. It doesn't matter. I did a video on Aljamain Sterling, and I said, of course he was acting. Hit the Tyson Bell. Joyce literally is all left jab. Usyk wins. Eric Johnson, you watched one fight from Joe Joyce. That's all you know. Okay. I agreed 100%. I got a lot of flack from that. Okay. The one thing I kept hearing time and time again was ShowBizz, get kneed in the head, then you'll know. I've been kneed in the head. Why is everybody assuming I've never been kneed in the head by a martial artist? Why is everyone assuming that I've never been kneed in my head by a martial artist? I have. Where's that coming from? That ShowBizz never mixed it up. Where is that coming? Who told y'all that? Oh, I've mixed it up more in more typical martial arts than boxing. I've done more taekwondo and jiu-jitsu than boxing. Hit the Tyson Bell. Yeah. So I've been eating my head. Okay. So everybody who said, looking at Aljamain Sterling and what he did in that octagon, that is how you look after getting kneed in the head, then you never been kneed in the head. So you should get kneed in the head and you should talk after getting kneed in the head. Because as somebody who's been kneed in the head, you don't do all that. You don't. Look, ask Ben Askren. Okay? He was kneed in the head, knocked out flat. He didn't do all that. Like I said, it's very difficult to act lethargic. That's why it's very easy to see when someone's acting lethargic. How about this? What I said was that Aljamain Sterling made the right business move to put on that act after getting kneed in the head illegally. But I said he didn't make the right warrior move. Build it and they will come. Hit the Tyson Bell. My man. It's true, ShowBizz. Knocked me out in the second round. I don't know if I did, but hit the Tyson Bell. Look. But I said that he did not make the warrior move. Let me tell you who did. Anthony Smith. Do you guys remember when John Bones Jones kneed Anthony Smith illegally against the octagon? How many of you guys remember that? Let me sit back. One way to your way. You may be wrong, Biz, but it's all good. Fine. Anthony Smith could have taken that knee and could have just the GOAT, John Jones. He could have ruined the future. He could have ruined everything that happened, that transpired since then. He could have ruined it. John Jones had the PED issues. John Jones, you were talking about finger pokes to the eye, and then an illegal knee strike. Anthony Smith could have rolled around, pulled Aljamain Sterling, and could have won the fight by then. John Jones would have been known as an illegal striker, an eye poker, PED user. He could have been, Anthony Smith could have been the next light heavyweight champ. He could have done all of those things. Forget Peter Yan. Anthony Smith got an illegal knee strike from John Jones, the GOAT, and knew. What did Anthony Smith do? I'm good. Here's you done your homework. I just remember I called the fight in front of all you guys, live stream commentary. I've been calling UFC fights since I started this channel. I called the fight. I remember it. So that's why I made the comment that Aljamain Sterling, okay, that he did not make the warrior move, but he made the business move. That's why I said what I said. I was there. That's why I said what I said, bro. Okay? Now, let's go a little bit further. All right? When you get kneed in the head and you're hurt, all right? And you're hurt. When you're concussed, you don't do all the things he did. You don't. You don't lay out there, roll around like that, answer all the questions, start blinking, get up, and sit down, and go through all that. You don't. You don't. You don't. And let me tell you something else. He poured it on. I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve to be champion. It's an illegal knee strike. He does deserve to be champion. But he acted. Let me tell you this. The concussion. Look. How was it that he was able to perform an interview? Sterling didn't go straight to the hospital. After an illegal knee strike that made him go, that made him do all that. Why didn't he go straight to the hospital? Why did he do an interview? And why, after the interview, why was it all shots, everybody? Why was he all on social media, new champ? What was that going on? The only problem I have is that the concussion protocol that he passed was pretty quick. From my understanding, he had a concussion protocol, he passed it. And when it comes to a concussion, I've had a concussion. Concussions go for a while. But when it comes to the NFL, they do the concussion thing and they take you right off the field and it's like 2 weeks. So it does happen quick in the NFL. So maybe I had that that B-level concussion protocol test. You know what I'm saying? But concussions go on for a while. Conspiracy theories. I'll never watch the guy fight again. Straight up trash response. Usually more than a week. Yeah, I understand getting the attention of an illegal shot, but playing wussy makes you look so pathetic. Yeah, I think that he was hurt. I think ShowBizz, a better way of boxing television. My man. I think that Aljamain Sterling was hurt. I think he was hurt. He got hurt. I think that knee hurt. But though I think he took it and absorbed it, and I think he was fine. I think it was like, bam, oh my God. He hit the deck like, that was illegal, bro. And then rolled around and got the foul called. You know what I mean? Just like a referee. Hey, I think, and like I said, I put a lot of the responsibility on the referee because the referee was taking so damn long, calling it a DQ and saying that it's over, that Sterling had to really roll around and really play it. He was really playing it to get, to get them to call it for him to be champion. Peter Yan knee was egg weight form. Win the rematch, 100%. Tyson Fury faked what? He recovered faster than he was slept cold by Mark. Well, right. He recovered faster than, right? Ben Askren recovered faster than him. And that was a for sure concussion, right? When Jorge Mas was all knocked out, Ben Askren. But everybody recovers differently. Fine. I'm just saying, when you're hurt, you don't do that much. And I've had many people ask me, with all the people that say, well, did you take a knee from Peter Yan? Let me do it like this, and I'm going to close it like this. Did I take a knee from Peter Yan? No, I haven't taken a knee from Peter Yan. No, okay? But I want you to ask yourself a question, and hypothetical, all right? If you catch your woman cheating, okay, somebody is, you step in a room and somebody's getting busy with your woman and doing well. Getting busy with your woman and doing well. And you say, oh my God, I can't believe you cheated on me. And dude runs out. And she say, I didn't cheat on you. And you say, you did. And she say, have you ever been a woman that's been done well by a guy before? And you say, no. And she say, well, how did you know? ShowBizz the adult. Come on, man. We know better. You seen it, okay? You seen many knockouts, and you know when someone's acting. Aljamain Sterling, he was acting. 100,000 subs, and they will make the offer. Own it, my man. I'm out. Huh. Yeah.